Hello, I'm Rebecca Brocton and this is the eCommerce Forest Book Club. Today I'm reviewing Smart Retail by Richard Hammond. No, not that Richard Hammond, this one. Richard Hammond is the CEO of Uncrowd and has over 30 years of retail experience, and you can really tell how passionate he is about the industry throughout this book. Sometimes books like this can be a little bit dry and hard to connect with, but his style of writing is actually really relatable and super engaging. And I actually felt like I was just having a conversation with him. Now, this is the 4th edition of Smart Retail that he's authored. The first edition came out in 2003, the second in 2007, the third in 2011, and this, the latest version, came out last year in 2017. Now, this is the first edition that I've read, but honestly, I'd recommend it to anyone in this industry, be they merchant, developer, designer, project manager, solution specialist, marketer. If you have a hand in this wonderful world of commerce, get this book. It is jam-packed full of innovations, real-world case studies, experiences, leadership tips, and a bunch of tips that you can apply to your everyday thinking. If you love this sector, Smart Retail is guaranteed to leave you feeling inspired. It did that to me, hence why I'm doing this video review, and hence why I'm telling you to buy it, and hence why I also added the author on LinkedIn. I promise to help you avoid throwing the baby out with the bathwater and identify the right relationship for your business between technology and emotion. Now, I absolutely love that line from the introduction, and it's because of that last word, emotion. It is so important to remember that commerce is about more than just buying and selling. It's about your emotional context. You know, how do you make your customers feel? Why do they buy from you? Richard goes into this a lot in chapter 2, which is my absolute favourite chapter, and it opens up with a story from a DIY retail conference. And I'd like to read it to you because it is so good. The room of hardened DIY retail veterans is silent, save for one measured and clear voice. A voice that barely hides a rising tide of emotion. George Hutchison, one of their own and as battle-scarred as any, is describing how he feels when he comes home late after a day on the front line and goes into his daughter's room where she is cosily tucked up asleep. George has told us of the wave of emotion he feels just being in that room, knowing his little girl is safe, warm and loved. He explains that it is a room he and Daisy worked on together, picking out the colours and the accessories and making it into the space she loves and George has transported us to. The audience of embattled and practical retailers is silent. You could hear a pin drop because George has quietly reminded them of the reality of what it is their industry does. It enables people to improve their living spaces, to make safe, attractive and comfortable places they can truly call home. These retailers have had a stark and emotional reminder that they don't just sell tins of paint. They sell the sanctuary a father builds for his daughter. It is a heart-stopping moment, and it is clear that many of the audience, trapped in a conference room as part of their own retail progression, are thinking about the last time they too were back in the homes they have made, watching over their own children. If you know what you are as a retail business and understand the emotional context in which you exist, then you can transform how you relate to customers. I mean, the first time I read this, I kid you not, I had goosebumps. Actual goosebumps. So, what else is in this book? Smart Retail is split into 2 parts across 16 chapters. The first part is about the 7 secrets of modern retail. Number 1, low friction, high reward. Customers go to wherever it's easy or brilliant or both, and the choice is completely theirs. Number 2, what's the big idea? What are you as a retail business actually for? Number 3, want, got need, how to understand and meet customer need states. Number 4, I'm just looking, which is all about why discovery is actually really important to modern retail. Number 5, I choose stories, how curation and narrative actually make it easier to decide to buy. Number 6, the everywhere store, what location means now and how online and offline are irrelevant labels. And finally, number 7, we love working here, how great employee experiences are vital to great customer ones. Part 2 is a bit of doing it. It's the practical side of the book that's full of ideas, suggestions and tips on doing retail that are based on real world examples from some of the best retailers on the planet. You know, you've got examples in there from Bose, Apple, Mac, Selfridges, Halfords, Krispy Kreme, KFC, Whole Foods, Stu Leonard's, IKEA, Topshop. I could keep going forever and ever. There are so many case studies in here from real retailers that we all know and love. That is just so valuable. I really cannot stress to you how amazing the stories in this book are, and how relatable it is. And then there's also an appendices where Richard has filled it with stuff that didn't quite fit anywhere else in the book, but is just as valuable. I'm telling you, this book is cover to cover gold. Another thing that I do love about this book is at the end of every single chapter, there's actually 2 sets of bullet points, as you can see here. One of things that you can do now, so like instant actionables that you can apply to your thinking and your business. And then another of strategic considerations for the long term. So these are the things to do next that you can actually add to your business plans. There really is something in here for everyone. And as it says on the back, Smart Retail is the how-to retail Bible. And it's all based on one question: what makes you so good? Well, this book will make you better. I paid $16.99 for this book in the WH Smiths at Euston Station, and I can tell you it was worth every penny. But I know for a fact on Amazon you can get it delivered tomorrow with Prime for something like £13.88, so even cheaper. If you are interested, I'll put a link in the description. If you do decide to get it, or if you have already read it, let me know what you think in the comments below, or on Twitter @RebeccaBrocton. I'd be really interested to hear what you have to say, whether you liked it, what your favourite parts were, what your least favourite parts were. I want you to be open with me and let me know what you think. Other than that, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and make sure you subscribe so you don't miss anything. I'm a bit of a bookworm, so if you have any recommendations of what I should read next, do send them over. I would love to hear from you. And as it says on the back, no, I'm not going to be able to do this. And as it says on the back,